Good morning guys, I have come down for the first My Halifax of 2018 to one of my favourite places in the city. It's a great place because it's full of history, it's full of sport, and it's full of lots of local Nova Scotians who are in the Sports Hall of Fame. Let's go and check it out. So I've always been a big fan of the Sports Hall of Fame because I love history and I love sport. When you come here, you get to see just this wide range of talented people that have gone out and represented Nova Scotia on the highest level in terms of sport. It's a great facility. If you ever go to a Mooseheads game, you can come in here. It's free to enter. They do take donations and is a non-profit, so any support you can provide them or any donations you make is greatly received. But it's just a really cool thing that we have something like this right in our city and it's free to get in. The other nice thing about the hall is they recognise not just athletes, coaches and people that have had big impacts on the sports, like organisers and people that have helped from the coaching side, from the refereeing, and they get inducted too. So not just the sports stars, everyone who has played a part in helping Nova Scotian sports get recognised. I think that's really important because there's a lot of people that have played fundamental roles in getting sports like volleyball or hockey or cross-country running the recognition and the standpoint it has in the community here, and it's nice that they get recognised too. So for me, sports has always been a big part of my life. When I was in my teens, I got to meet a lady called Denise Lewis, and she was a British heptathlete and she went on to win an Olympic gold. And when I met her, it made me want to be an athlete, and by that I trained really hard, and I ended up caught up in having a trial to play for the England team in volleyball. And education is a really big part of Sports Hall of Fame, and right now we're going to meet some of the staff of Sports Hall of Fame, Katie, Christina and Shane.
Hi guys, my name is Christina Bryan and I'm the Education Coordinator here at the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame. What we do here at the Sport Hall of Fame is we run a very free program called the Future Hall of Famers Education Program. And what I do is I travel the province free of charge to a whole bunch of schools, and I go out and I give motivational presentations. We bring along people such as Ellie Black and Mickey Fox and Karen Furneaux, and they share their story with these youth in the hopes that after hearing these incredible stories, they'll think that if these people can do it, then so can they. This program is 100% free of charge. If you're interested, make sure you come either here to the Hall of Fame to contact me, or you can simply just email me, Christina@nssHF.com. Hope to see you soon.
Super cool, these guys are taking time out of their busy schedule to actually talk to me. So I really appreciate Christina taking the time. And now we're going to hear from Katie.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie and I'm the Museum and Communications Coordinator here at the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame. We're in the museum today looking at some of the great displays, and this is actually less than 10% of our whole collection. We have about 7,700 artifacts. Now, if you want to see more of those artifacts, if there's something that you want to see that's not on display, or if you're not in the province and can't make it here, we actually have our entire collection online. So you can go to this great website, www.novamuse.ca. That's Novamuse, N-O-V-A-M-U-S-E. And you can search for artifacts through various Nova Scotian museums, including ours. So you can go to our section of Nova Muse and look at the entire Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame collection. So you might find some things that you're surprised to see connected to sport, but the great thing about sport in Nova Scotia is it's so closely tied into our culture, to how history has developed in the area, and just to all sorts of different parts of society. So take a chance and go online and learn some stuff, and hopefully you can also visit us here and see it in person.
For those of you who are wondering how you actually go about nominating people to be selected into the Sports Hall of Fame, Shane's going to explain that for you now.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Malman. I'm the Director of Programs and Operations here at the Hall of Fame. We're currently standing in our inductee area of our facility. It's that time of year again where people can nominate people to be inducted into the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame. The deadline every year is January 31st. The nomination process is a public one, so if people like you don't take the time to nominate people that you think's worthy of induction into the Hall of Fame, they will never happen. That would even include someone when they retire, like the name of Sidney Crosby. If you're interested in nominating someone, go to our website. All the information's there, or contact me direct, and we can give you all the information that you need. Again, if you know a Nova Scotia sport hero that you think's worthy of induction, then you should go to our website right away and start working on that nomination. Thanks a lot.
No guys, I'm having the most fun here. I really like the museum. The guys have been super helpful, which I really like when that happens. And there's a ton of stuff to do here. Like honestly, I recommend just come down and check out the Sports Hall of Fame. It is so much fun. And yeah, this has been one of my favorite of my Halifaxes to make. The another great thing is there's a lot of cool things you can do here, like there's a simulator over there where you can shoot a basketball, shoot a hockey puck and pitch, which I'm going to take an attempt at, will probably be terrible. But the scavenger hunts, and there's just a lot of different things here that it's more than a museum, and again, for that whole sports community, it's just a really good place to come and see. Okay, so there are 4 sports on the simulator?
Yes.
Katie's going to help me because I need all the help I can get. And we're going to start with soccer, then there's basketball,
baseball, and hockey.
And we're going to see how much I suck. So here it goes. So I finished the sport thing. I sucked at a lot, but I was okay at baseball.
You were quite good, yeah.
Baseball and basketball are new sports. I struck someone out.
Yeah.
See, basically, I don't know what I'm saying. That just tells you that I'm terrible at this. But thank you very much for letting me play for free. It's only $1 to play there, by the way. So that's the end of this week's My Halifax. Once again, we're at the Nova Scotia Sports Hall of Fame. I highly recommend you come and check this place out. Thank you guys for having me and helping make the video. If there's any way you think we should make a video, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you next week. There's a simulator right over there which I'm going to try and take an attempt at to play, where you can practice hockey pucking.